Imagine this. Dawn breaks over a misty plain. The air is so still, you can hear the rustle of grass under a deer's cautious steps. Somewhere nearby, a hunter crouches, silent, patient, invisible. There are no grocery stores, no supermarkets, no freezers waiting back home. If this hunt fails, there may be no dinner tonight. For thousands of years, this was the reality across North America. Every meal was earned with skill, planning, and ingenuity. And hunting wasn't just about bows and arrows. It was an art form, a dance between human intelligence and the natural world. Today, we're rediscovering that lost art. We'll explore ingenious traps, precision tools, and clever strategies that Native American hunters used to thrive in every ecosystem, from icy tundra to blazing desert. Some of these methods are so brilliantly simple you won't believe they worked. Yet they fed entire nations for generations. Others are so advanced, they rival modern engineering in efficiency and design. This is more than history. It's a story of survival, sustainability, and a deep respect for the land. For Native Americans, hunting wasn't sport. It was life. It determined whether families would eat, whether tribes would migrate, and whether winter would be endured or feared. They hunted across a staggering range of landscapes: snow-packed plains, dense forests, swampy wetlands, and rocky mountains. Each environment required different tools, different strategies, and a profound understanding of animal behavior. Contrary to popular imagination, hunting wasn't just lone warriors with bows. It was organized, intelligent, and often communal. Entire villages sometimes worked together to build large-scale traps, drive animals into enclosures, or coordinate ambushes. This wasn't reckless overhunting. Native peoples understood balance. Every kill was accompanied by ritual, gratitude, and a commitment to use every part of the animal: meat, bones, hide, sinew. Hunting was survival, but it was also spirituality, culture, and identity. Traps were the ultimate force multipliers. They allowed hunters to gather food even while they slept. The figure 4 deadfall was a classic. 3 pieces of wood carefully notched to hold up a heavy rock or log until disturbed by an animal. One wrong nudge, and gravity did the rest. The Paiute deadfall, a clever variation, used a cord and toggle for more sensitivity, perfect for catching smaller, cautious prey. For larger animals, communities dug camouflaged pit traps along migration routes. These were deep holes lined with sharpened stakes or slippery sides, then covered with branches and soil to appear like normal ground. Entire bison herds could be funneled toward these traps using drive lines of stone cairns or human beaters waving hides to spook the animals. Before the widespread use of bows, many native groups relied on the atlatl, a spear-throwing lever that transformed human arms into high-powered launchers. The atlatl worked by extending the thrower's arm, increasing leverage and speed. A well-thrown dart from an atlatl could reach speeds of over 90 miles per hour and strike with enough force to pierce large game. Archaeologists have found atlatl weights carved with intricate designs, showing they weren't just tools. They were prestige items, symbols of skill. Even after bows became common, the atlatl remained favored for hunting larger animals like bison because of its power and penetration. Imagine standing on a ridge, watching a hunter whip a 6-foot dart with incredible accuracy. No sights, no mechanical advantage, just perfected technique, passed down through generations. Every hunt required sharp tools, not just to kill, but to process the animal afterward. Native flint knappers were masters of shaping stone into razor-sharp projectile points, scrapers, knives, and butchering tools. Each flake struck from a core followed precise angles to create edges sharper than surgical steel. Projectile points weren't one-size-fits-all. Smaller, triangular points were ideal for birds and small mammals, while larger, heavier spear points were reserved for deer, elk, and bison. Scrapers cleaned hides for clothing. Knives separated sinew for bowstrings, and specialized tools even cracked bones for marrow. Nothing went to waste. The craftsmanship was extraordinary. Modern knappers often struggle to replicate the symmetry and thinness of ancient points, proving how skilled these artisans were. Native hunters didn't just rely on brute force, they outsmarted their prey. Hunters used decoys made from real hides or woven grass to imitate deer grazing in a field, luring curious animals within bow range. Bird hunters used whistles or calls to mimic mating cries, tricking flocks into landing near nets. Some tribes even donned entire animal disguises, crawling on all fours under a deer hide to get close enough for a clean shot. The principle was simple. Understand the behavior of your target so well that you can manipulate it. Modern hunters still use many of these techniques, proving their timeless effectiveness. Hunting wasn't purely practical. It was sacred. Many tribes performed ceremonies before and after hunts, offering prayers or tobacco to honor the spirit of the animal. This wasn't just symbolism. It reinforced a code of respect that kept hunting sustainable. Killing recklessly or wasting meat was taboo. Gratitude kept the balance between people and nature. The hunt itself often had songs, dances, and rituals that turned it into a community event. Even children participated by helping process meat or learning which bones could be turned into tools. This spiritual framework wasn't superstition. It was ecological wisdom in action. While solo hunts existed, some of the most impressive feats were communal drives. Entire groups worked together to drive bison into corrals, elk into river traps, or caribou across spear lines. Communication was key. Runners signaled with smoke or shouts, and each person had a role in the funneling strategy. When a hunt was successful, the kill was shared. Meat was dried into jerky or pemmican to feed everyone through the winter. This collective approach ensured survival of the tribe, not just the individual. So, there you have it, the ingenious traps, tools, and techniques that kept Native Americans alive and thriving for thousands of years. Which one impressed you most? The deadly precision of the atlatl, the brilliance of the fish weirs, or the cunning use of decoys and disguises? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know what surprised you. If this journey into the lost art of the hunt opened your eyes, hit like, share it with someone who loves history or survival skills, and subscribe for more deep dives into the forgotten knowledge that shaped our world. Because in the end, the past isn't just history. It's a guidebook for how we might survive the future.